Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA. Episode 416. I am Brendan. All right, this is Sandhagen versus Nurmagomedov prelims. Okay, this is going to be Alonzo, Menifield, Azamat, Murzakanov, and the rest of the prelims are going to break down all those fights, go through them round by round, that kind of stuff. If you like this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. That way, the next video is coming out, and I'd appreciate it. Let's get into it. Standard dirty night of everybody grabbing fences, grabbing shorts, poking eyes. Oh, no, actually, no eye pokes. Or was there an eye poke? Maybe there was an eye poke. Nut shots, the standard, the gambit. Oddly enough, the main card, relatively clean. Would I go back and watch this? Probably not. This was not the most exciting prelims. I think there were some fights that could be fun if you're really into MMA, but we'll go through them. Not the most exciting card. That's for damn sure. All right, Alonzo Menifield taking Azamat Murzakanov. Murzakanov looking to land that rear uppercut and finding the mark with the jab as Menifield moves in. Murzakanov is going crazy, flying knee, pushing him back, just big brothering him across the on the cage, really trying to force the finish. Couldn't get it. Menifield covering up really well. Murzakanov grabbing the cage to keep the clinch multiple times. Warned about it. Menifield opens up and lands a right hand, but immediately takes a hard left hand. The second he opens up that shell. Menifield already moving slower towards the end of the first round. Not a good look. Doesn't look like he can carry the pace that he has, and it's not even a fast pace. Murzakanov outlanded him 22-8 in this first round. Second round, Murzakanov finding the mark, beating him up. Menifield firing back. Just doesn't have the same impact when he lands. Gets outlanded here 23-7 in some of those shots. A huge left hand from... a huge left hand shakes Menifield, and then a left straight wobbles him, puts him down, and then the ref waves it off right as he drops. Really good fight for Murzakanov. I think these guys were ranked 14 and 15 in the division, right? Yeah, so Menifield might get dropped out of the division. I don't know who's going to take his place as far as light heavyweights go. I'd have to see the full rankings. Moving on. Mohammad Yahya taking on... Mohammad Yahya taking on Kaue Fernandes. Yahya just can't find his way into range in this fight. Without Fernandes digging deep into the legs or the body, a hard leg kicks from Fernandes wobbles Yahya a bit. A couple more, and Yahya switches stances, just beating the shit out of his legs. He landed, what, 10? Only 10 leg kicks? Seemed like more. They just did so much. Left hook and a right hand puts Yahya down. The follow-up gets a TKO. Fernandes gets the easy finish here. All right. Shamil Gaziev versus Dontel Mays. This was sloppy in all ways that you can imagine, with the foul and then also two big sloppy heavyweights. Interesting that it took until the heavyweight fight for the temperature and humidity to become a factor inside of the arena. So you can kind of tell just by them talking about how hot it was during this fight, the kind of fight that we got here. Mays putting the low kicks out there, hard jab, Gaziev landing the right hands and then wanting the takedown, gets the takedown, and then 4 minutes and 32 seconds of him on top, doing virtually nothing to 9. Second round, Mays looking wobbly, but landing stiff jabs and a right hand. Gaziev landing the right hand counter. Mays is grabbing the shorts as he's getting pushed back. What the fuck is going on with this shit? He just held on to him. And then Keith Peterson goes to take a point for him. He goes like, come on, man, I wasn't doing it on purpose. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he just gives him a warning. The fuck? Love how, hell yeah. And then, Gaziev gets a takedown. 3 minutes and 28 seconds of sitting on top, not doing much. More strikes landed in this round, though, 21-10. Last round, total strikes landed, total significant strikes, 7. 7 significant strikes landed in this last round. Sloppy takedown, ground hugging for the rest of the fight. This is not to disparage grappling. I think grappling is fantastic. That is not what we saw in this last round. Classic sloppy heavyweight fight. Not a fan of that stuff. Never have been, never will be. Guram Kutateladze versus Jordan, what is it, Vucenic? Yeah, Vucenic. That's how you pronounce it. I thought this fight was going to be over either in the first or second round based off how the first round went. Vucenic going to the body with the lead hook, coming over the top with that right hand, just landing really nice early on. A right hand for Vucenic puts him down, and then he's on him trying to finish it. Here's the thing. This could have been a 10-8 round, 17-3 for Vucenic. If you look at the damage that was done, how close it was to being finished, and the damage, you could give this round a 10-8. Are they likely to give this a 10-8? I mentioned this in my last video. No, but it would have played a role, right? It should have played a role in this one. I'll get to it when we get to the end. Kutateladze gets a takedown. Vucenic rolls with it and gets right back up. Vucenic finds moments where Kutateladze wants to reset, and he just keeps pressing forward and engaging on him. And then Kutateladze landing an elbow, splitting him open, a really nice body kick, but and then there's a really bad headbutt from both guys. Guram gets a takedown in the end around. I just don't know if that was enough for him. I guess it was. He outstruck him here 19-15. I thought Vucenic did more early in that round, but if you really look at it, so it should be 19-19 going to the third round. It was a closer round, and if you go with just control time, I thought the damage by Vucenic was more impactful when I watched it live, so I gave it to him. I had him up 20-18, but I totally understand in 19-19. Makes sense. Like I said, I guess I put more emphasis on the damage that was done. Vucenic gets a double leg, but Guram fights back up and defends the clinch. Gets on top. Guram gets too high, gets to the back, but kicks off the cage and puts in the body triangle to ride the rest of the round on the back. 29-28, I had it for Vucenic, but this one probably should have gone. Here's the thing. I think that first round was a 10-8. Right? I think that first round was a 10-8, and if you look at it, that would have made the difference here. Yep, it would have made it a draw, which makes more sense than what we got. I understand that people don't like draws because they don't feel conclusive, but when you beat the shit out of somebody for the first round and then you are barely beaten in the next two rounds, there's got to be a differentiation between that, right? Like, if you hit me one time more than I hit you, if I hit you one time more than you hit me in the first round, right? And that's a 10-9, fine, right? All other things being equal, I hit you slightly more, one more time to be exact, I win that round. Fine, no problem, 10-9. If the next round comes in and you outstrike me by 20 strikes and you hurt me really bad in that round, maybe not get exactly close to a finish, but there's a fight-ending sequence within there, that should be a 10. That's got to be different. It has to be different somehow. That can't also be a 10-9, right? If I wrestle and hold you for an entire round, that's a 10-9. If you beat the shit out of me, it's a 10-9. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is when those 10-8s are important. And I understand, like I said, people don't think that a draw is a satisfactory result, but it's more fair. It's an accurate assessment of what actually went on there. He took a shitload of damage in that first round and then won the second two rounds. That's a draw, you know? That's how you could do that. We have the scoring system available to us to do that. All right. Viktoriia Dudakova versus Sam Hughes. Dudakova strikes right down the middle, finding the mark faster than Hughes. Then Hughes doing the same thing. Dudakova with the easy takedown was not so easy as the fight went on. Both women having their moments in the clinch. Hughes looks to be stronger in those positions. She's just physically stronger, right? Very close rounds. Probably go to Dudakova for the takedown. The damage could be even. Hughes might have landed more, but just not as hard. And if you look at the striking numbers, it's exactly what it was. 30-25 in favor of Hughes. I don't think she landed as hard when she did. So I had the damage pretty even. And then you go to control time, and that was Dudakova. And that's how I scored that first round. Second round, Hughes finding the mark more often, going back and forth, and Dudakova gets a takedown. He was able to sustain more offense as Dudakova is tired, looking to disengage, and Hughes is fighting off the takedown, staying on top to the end of the round, 41-25, and having some control time herself on top, 30 seconds of it, but she did get controlled like in the clinch position and some other positions for a minute, 23 seconds. That is not Dudakova's round. There is no way you can argue this is Dudakova's round. She got outstruck, outgrappled on the ground, in the clinch maybe, but no. The 19-19 going to the third round here. Back and forth round with Hughes defending the takedown, rides over and rolls rides over the rolling of Dudakova. So Dudakova's trying to roll underneath to try and invert and get out of those positions so that her back isn't taken. But Hughes did a really good job of riding it out and staying on top. Dudakova gets a takedown and holds her there and the clinch, but just no damage. I had her lose in this one, 29-28. You look at the striking numbers in this last round, 26-11 in favor of Hughes. Control time, 151-110, so it's not even that big of a lead there. I just don't know how you give this last round to Dudakova. I bring all this up because although I didn't look at the scorecards, they read them off. David Letheby and Daryl Ransom both gave the second and third round to Sam Hughes. Makes sense. They also gave that first round to Dudakova. Understandable. Howard Hughes, he gave the first round to Dudakova. Sure. Gave the second round to Dudakova. No. Nope. And then gave the third round to Dudakova. Nope. No. Bad scorecard. Howard Hughes guy. Was he... What else did he score here? Not Gaziev. He scored somebody else that I think I didn't agree with. Yes, he's the one. Howard Hughes is the one who fucked this up earlier or later in the night. He's the one who fucked with Vera, right? He's the one who didn't give that second round to Vera either. So he's a really big fan of hugging. Howard Hughes is a huge hugger. Yeah, he loves hugs. If you want to win a fight, go do some hugging. That's his favorite thing. And again, this is not to disparage grappling. I'm a huge fan of it. But when you get on top and do nothing with it other than control, like technically by definition you would consider that grappling, but you're not working for a finish, and that's what makes grappling interesting, not staying in control position. Jai Herbert taking on Rolando Bedoya. Leg kicks for days. More coming from Bedoya. Herbert can find the chin with the jab, and then finally with the right hands, and Bedoya drops. Herbert finding the body with the knees in tight, and Bedoya steps in. Herbert got it done with that drop in this round. Now, he did get outstruck here 21-16, but the damage was in favor of Herbert. It was other than that, it was a pretty close round. So if Bedoya doesn't get dropped there, you could probably call it for Bedoya, but no. Bedoya gets could stick to that low kick and win this on the outside until Herbert can't move, but he just didn't do it. And Bedoya knees him right in the nuts. Bedoya still swinging, but Herbert's moving out of the way of most of it, landing precise shots back. Looking at the striking numbers here, much closer in the second round. Herbert's still landing the better strikes, 30-29 in favor of Bedoya, but clearly Herbert's round. Last round here, going into the last round, 2018. Bedoya not able to control in the clinch or grappling. Herbert reversing and even getting a throw and a trip at one point. Bedoya finding the mark with that long left hook in the lead. As he chases him down, Herbert still sticking the jab out there. Herbert stayed more active down the stretch and should get the clean sweep. Bedoya did land 16 decent strikes in this fight, or in this round, but got outstruck 37-16. Just wasn't able to do anything to him. Good round for, a good fight for him. Real quick on the scorecards, David Letheby gave that second round to Bedoya. I disagree, but it's arguable. I disagree, but you could make that argument. All right. I'm not gonna harp on that one. It's not the Howard Hughes given to rounds to the huggers. It's so bad, and not even good hugging. Bad hugging. No hugging. This is the no hug. Sedriques Dumas versus Denis Tiuliulin. Dumas going with some hard low kicks. Dumas going takedown and taking a hard knee, almost ending up on bottom, but wrestles up and gets it back. Tiuliulin reverses with a step behind, but then back up with the clinch, taking a low blow from a knee. Tiuliulin defending the takedown this time, but gets the back taken. I had it 10-9. Dumas outlanded him, out-grappled him. Wasn't a ton of damage in this round, so it goes to Dumas. Second round, Tiuliulin going flying knee and finding the mark. Dumas seems fine, landing a stiff jab. Both guys landing big right hands, and Dumas gets him down in the hip ride position. Not the most fun thing to watch, but in space, that jab is doing work for Dumas. Outstruck him here, 26-10, and he outcontrolled him too, 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Easily his fight going into the last round, 20-18. Last round, Dumas looking really tired at the end of the round. Neither guy looks fresh. Tiuliulin still walking him down, looking really labored. Dumas goes takedown, then Tiuliulin reverses, continues to flow to get on top. Very, very good grappling. So this kind of grappling was actually more fun to watch. Back up with 55 left, and Dumas wants to take down again. Tiuliulin trying a wayward flying knee and a big swing and shots, then Dumas flying knee and push kick. Fun little sequence to end the fight. I gave this last round to Tiuliulin. I felt like he was the one trying to finish. I think he landed a couple good shots in there, even though he did get outstruck 17-13. Judges' scorecards. Ben Cartledge gave that last round to Tiuliulin. Clemens Werner did as well, but Vito Paulillo gave all 3 to Dumas, which is fine. That last round was relatively close. All right, that's it. Like I said at the top of this, I wouldn't go out of your way to watch these things, so there wasn't too many things of note outside of a shitty round judged here or there, and maybe some questionable non-10-8s, but that's about it. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. It means a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of thing. That way the next video is coming out. And yeah, I'm debating whether or not I'm going to do the PFL video. We'll see. That might be out next, or it might not come out. I'm going to try to do it. All right. Love you guys. Have an amazing week. Peace.